I am 84 years old. I have lived a long life, and here is the truth no one will tell you. Most people spend their entire lives busy solving problems that do not matter. They fix things that can be measured, controlled, and checked off a list, while the problems that truly shape their happiness, their relationships, and their sense of purpose quietly rot in the background. I know this because I lived it myself. When I was young, I thought being busy meant being alive. I thought solving every visible problem, being competent, being productive, that was enough. I worked long hours in offices, attended meetings, fixed things, solved problems, and carried the weight of responsibilities like armor. And it looked good from the outside. My family, friends, even my colleagues respected me. But inside, I was slowly disappearing. I remember one particular evening. I was 53, sitting alone in my small apartment in Ohio. The smell of burnt coffee lingered in the kitchen, my briefcase lying open on the table, papers spilling onto the floor. I had spent the entire day solving other people's problems, deadlines, conflicts, emergencies, everything but my own. And yet I felt empty, hollow. I realized then that I had been running, solving, fixing, and for what? There was no purpose to the motion, no connection to my own life. I had 3 children, all grown now. I had a loving wife, Margaret, who smiled at me every morning, even when I came home exhausted, tense, distracted. And yet I was absent, not physically, but emotionally. I thought providing, solving, being competent was enough. I didn't know that love, true presence, required more than that. It required me to confront my own silence, my own fears, my own avoidance. The truth hit me hard when my youngest son, at 28, came to me one night. He looked at me with those honest eyes that only children, or those we love deeply, can give. He said, "Dad, were you ever really here?" I froze. I wanted to defend myself, to point to all I had done for him, all I had built, all the sacrifices I had made. But the words stuck in my throat, because deep down I knew the answer. I had been solving the wrong problems my entire life. I had been busy being competent, busy looking capable, busy doing everything but truly living. It's a strange kind of regret. not the type that comes from a single mistake, but a slow creeping realization that decades have been spent on problems that never needed solving. The more I thought about it, the more I saw it everywhere. My friends, my colleagues, my neighbors, all running schedules, running errands, running after comfort, after security, after recognition. And for what? To check off a list, to impress strangers, to feel temporarily satisfied. I want to take you back to my 30th birthday. I was in a small diner, neon lights flickering outside, the smell of frying bacon thick in the air. I sat with my best friend, Harry, and we talked about our jobs, our pay raises, our mortgages. And then he said something that has haunted me ever since. He said, "You know, we've spent 10 years climbing ladders we didn't even want to climb." I laughed at the time, thinking it was a joke, but it wasn't. It was the truth I had been avoiding. Over the next decade, I continued to solve problems that were visible, measurable, manageable. I got promotions. I fixed budgets. I negotiated contracts. I cleaned the garage, reorganized closets, balanced spreadsheets, scheduled appointments. Every day was full. Every day was productive. But every day was empty. I didn't realize that the problems that mattered, the ones involving love, presence, truth, connection, and meaning, were waiting quietly for me, growing in silence. It wasn't until I was 62, after retiring early from a career I had built for 40 years, that the emptiness became unbearable. I had a wife who loved me, children who respected me, a home that was comfortable. Yet I woke up every morning with a chest heavy with regret. The problems I had solved had kept me busy, but they had not made me alive. The real problems, how to connect, how to love, how to be present, how to live intentionally, remained untouched. I remember sitting on our back porch one morning, the sun low, casting long shadows across the lawn. I held my coffee, steam curling around my fingers, and I realized the truth. I had spent 62 years solving the wrong problems, not out of laziness, not out of carelessness, but out of ignorance. I had been solving problems that looked like progress, while the real problems, the ones that mattered, were invisible, unmeasurable, and terrifying. I made a decision that morning. I promised myself that whatever time I had left, I would spend it differently. I would focus on the problems that truly mattered, being present, being honest, nurturing relationships, expressing love, confronting fear, embracing vulnerability. I started small, a phone call to my daughter Ellen, whom I had not spoken to meaningfully in years. I sat down with Margaret and told her, for the first time in decades, how deeply I loved her and how often I regretted being absent. And it changed everything. Not immediately, not magically, but slowly, painfully, beautifully. Ellen and I rebuilt our connection, one conversation at a time. Margaret and I learned to share mornings and evenings, not with chores and tasks, but with presence and attention. I learned to listen to my children, not to solve, but to hear. I learned that the problems that matter are the ones that require patience, courage, honesty, and vulnerability. Most people never get this chance because they never stop to notice. They are trapped solving the wrong problems, thinking busyness equals progress, competence equals fulfillment, and they are racing against a clock they cannot see. The truth is harsh. Later never comes. The time you think you have to fix your relationships, to pursue meaning, to live intentionally, it disappears. If you're watching this and you're busy, exhausted, running from one task to another, I want you to pause. Ask yourself, which problems am I solving today? Are they the ones that matter? Or am I just fixing what is visible, measurable, manageable, while ignoring the invisible ones that define my life? The wrong problems will exhaust you. They will leave your heart empty. They will steal your presence, your peace, your joy. Here is what I learned, painfully, slowly, in the years since that morning on the porch. Number one, presence matters more than competence. Showing up with attention, with honesty, with your whole self, is worth more than solving 1,000 tasks that nobody will remember. Number two, connection is a problem that cannot be outsourced. Relationships require effort, yes, but the effort is in being present, listening, engaging, loving, not in fixing. Number three, Clarity about what truly matters is the ultimate guide. If you don't know the right problems, you will solve the wrong ones every single day. Number 4, time is finite. Later never comes. Every day you spend solving the wrong problems is a day you cannot get back. So what can you do? How can you start today? Number 1, identify the invisible problems in your life. Which relationships are neglected? Which conversations are postponed? Which fears are ignored? Number 2, act on them immediately. Make the call, write the letter, say the words you've been avoiding. Number 3, practice presence, not perfection, just attention, just honesty, just being there. Number 4, reflect daily. Ask yourself, at the end of each day, did I address the problems that matter today, or just the ones I could measure? Number 5, embrace courage. The right problems are uncomfortable. They challenge you. They force you to grow. But they are worth every second. I want to leave you with this. I am 84 years old. I have seen friends and loved ones die, sometimes suddenly, sometimes slowly. I have learned that the time we have is far shorter than we think. I have learned that solving the wrong problems leaves regret, emptiness, and quiet sorrow. I have learned that confronting the right problems with honesty, presence, and courage brings life, connection, meaning, and peace. Do not wait. Do not trade your now for tasks that do not matter. Pick one invisible problem today and start addressing it. One honest conversation, one act of presence, one moment of courage, and then the next, until the small, deliberate steps become the way you live. Later never comes. The truth I learned too late is this: the life you are running from, the one full of meaning, love, connection, and presence, is waiting for you, if you are willing to stop, to notice, and to act. If this reached you today, and you want more wisdom from the last window, like and subscribe, and leave a comment below. What problem have you been avoiding? What conversation have you postponed? Share it, reflect, and then do not wait to act, because in the end, solving the right problems is not about being busy, being competent, or looking capable. It is about being alive, being present, being honest, and giving your life to the things that actually matter. Don't wait for later. Don't trade your now for nothing.